Welcome to Rain's Kitchen and Garden. My name is Rain. Today I'm making a simple 5-ingredient winter suet to help my backyard birds through the cold months. Woodpeckers and chickadees and other winter visitors love this easy homemade mix, and it's a great way to support them when food is scarce. In this video, I'll show you how I make my suet, how I store it, and how I use it in my feeders. If you enjoy feeding birds or want to try making your own suet at home, I hope this cozy little project inspires you. These are the ingredients that you'll need. 1 cup or 315 grams of peanut butter, 1 cup or 210 grams of lard, 3 cups or 300 grams of oats. These are quick oats and I've blended them. You don't need to blend them. I do that so I don't have hard bits in my oatmeal. You'll need 1 cup or 130 grams of flour and 2 cups or 250 grams of your favorite birdseed mix. So the first step is to melt the peanut butter and the lard in a pot over low heat until it's all melted and combined together. It shouldn't take too long. While the peanut butter and the lard is melting, I'm going to mix all of my dry ingredients together in a large bowl. So I've got my birdseed here, 2 cups of it. I'm going to add the flour and my oats. And I'm just going to mix that really well together. That took about 10 minutes for it to completely melt, so I'm going to turn off the stove and take this off the burner and let it cool for a little while. Okay, I'm going to add the wet ingredients into the dry ingredients, and I hope that my bowl is big enough. I think it's just going to be big enough, because this makes a lot of suet. There we go. And I'm going to mix this really well. It actually smells very good. Obviously, I wouldn't eat it because of the birdseed, but it smells so nice. It smells like not chocolate, like peanut butter cookie dough. One of my friends made this recipe, and in the end, for her, she said it was too dry and crumbly to mold into shapes. So what she did was she added more melted lard. So just keep that in mind. If it's too liquidy, add more dry ingredient. If it's too dry, add more melted lard. And if you don't have more melted lard, melt some peanut butter and add that. So I just want to make sure everything's really well incorporated. The birds love this, especially the woodpeckers. Oh my goodness. And I have a soft spot for woodpeckers, so I just want to make sure everything is mixed up on the bottom. My late hound dog Jack used to chatter his teeth whenever I prepared his food, so I used to call him Woodpecker Jack because he sounded like a woodpecker. And he's been gone now for 2 years. He died at the age of 18. He was my little canine soulmate. And every time I see a woodpecker, I think of my Woodpecker Jack. So I always have lots of suet outside for the woodpeckers. Okay, that's well mixed together. So I'm going to just cover this and I'm going to put it in the fridge overnight because it's going to set in the fridge. Right now it's way too liquidy to do anything with. Now what I'm going to do is mold these into suet cakes tomorrow morning. If you want, you could pour this into molds right away if you have molds. If you have old suet cake packages, keep them and use those as molds. Or what my friend was suggesting is putting them in terracotta pots. So at this point, basically you want to put it in the fridge to set. So whatever device you have it in, if you have it in the molds for the suet cakes, if you have it in little pots, whatever you have it in, you want to put it in the fridge so it'll set. So let's do that. I want to show you something, friends. Now this has been in the fridge for 1 hour. If I touch here, it's solid. But look at the middle. It's still a little jiggly and it's actually warm underneath. But I just wanted to show you that in case you notice that it's still a little jiggly. If it's a little jiggly, it's not ready to mold yet. So the suet's been in the fridge all night. I took it out when I woke up, so it's been sitting on the counter for about 4 hours or so. And I'm going to see what it's like because sometimes it's a little too solid to form into shapes and mold. So let's see. Usually yeah, it's going to be okay. Usually leaving it out for a little while helps to mold it. Sometimes if I'm in a hurry, I'll put it in a sink of hot water till about here, just to warm it up a little bit, just to make it more pliable, you know. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the suet out. And I'm going to stick it on a piece of wax paper. You see the consistency? Like you could form it into a ball. Actually, that's an idea. You could form it into a nice ball. Like that, and hang it somehow. My suet feeders are the standard looking suet feeders, and the cakes that fit into them are 4 inches by 4 inches of a square, and I make them about 1 inch thick. So I'm going to put this on my wax paper here and start forming my suet cakes. All right, I was talking before about a friend of mine who tried this recipe and hers came out way too dry. So what she did was added more melted lard to it. Guys, settle down, okay? And it worked out well for her, and I want to show you a couple of pictures of how she made them. Aren't those cute? I love the creativity that went into that. She made it a project for her and her kids. So here's my first suet cake. And I wanted to show you. I have my measuring tape out. And just to give me an idea, you know, I want it kind of 4 by 4-ish. But this will do. So I'm going to make as many as I can, that size. And I'm going to fill the feeders this morning because they're empty. The blue jays came back. I have blue jays. They love this suet, but they eat me out of house and home. They finish everything in one day. So it's like, oh my gosh. I have one suet feeder that fits 2 of these because it's a double. And then I have another one that fits 2 of them also, but one on top and one on the bottom. And that's the one that the woodpeckers really, really like. Let me get some more suet here. I'm always trying to be frugal, you know, and making suet at home for the birds is more frugal than buying it at the store. One of these cakes here, it's this size cakes. It costs $3.50 where I live, and that's the cheapest that I can find it, and I believe that's at Walmart. This recipe makes about 6 cakes, like 5 regular sized ones and then 1 small one. And I worked out the amount that it costs, me anyway, $1.50 per suet cake. So that's definitely worth the effort. Of course, I buy some stuff at Costco, so it's a little cheaper. But I think overall, it's a really nice project that you can do at home. And the birds are definitely going to appreciate it. So I'm going to finish making these suet cakes. I'm going to put 4 of them outside, and whatever's left over, I'm going to wrap in wax paper and stick them in the freezer. And they'll last quite a while in the freezer. A couple of months, you know, if you wrap them well. And then I will show you how the birds like them. I got footage last time of the birds eating it. Got woodpeckers and chickadees. It was really cool. So I'll show you that next. So I'm going to prepare these to bring outside. And what I've got here is some wax paper, and I'm putting them on the wax paper like this. And then another piece, and I'll put another cake on top. Because I'm going to stick these into the freezer for about an hour. Because right now, if I put them out like this, they're a little too soft and they'll just crumble apart inside the feeder. I want them to be hard enough that I can just slide them in without them breaking. So these are going to go into the freezer for about an hour. This one's a little big. There we go. That one's a little big too. When you make your own food and food for your pets or for wildlife, it just feels so rewarding, and these birds love it. I'm so happy I'm able to provide some fatty food for them during these cold winter months. I hope you enjoyed this video today. If you did, please give it a like and please do subscribe. If you don't want to miss out on future videos, don't forget to hit the notification bell for more cozy videos. Don't forget to leave me a comment. I love your comments and I do reply to all of them. And please share this video with anyone you might think will enjoy it. Thanks again for watching, my friends. I'll see you next time on Rain's Kitchen and Garden. Bye!